The God of High School. Let me ask you, my friend, have you ever wondered what would happen if an anime studio were to cram 112 chapters worth of content into 13 episodes? If you answered yes to this question, which, of course you did, your search is now over. Say hello to our main character, Kid Goku. A young boy born with questionable body proportions is left by his only parental figure at a young age, per usual. Skipping ahead multiple years to where the story actually gets interesting with him joining the God of High School, a tournament whose winner will be granted whatever they desire. In Son Goku's case, he enters with the noble goal of curing the world of the perpetual cold that everyone is plagued with. The tournament is designed to draw out high schoolers with the best martial art abilities from around the country. I feel like it is only fair to mention that a guy with a metal bat enters as well, so it isn't really a martial arts competition per se. Also, there's a 38-year-old construction worker that joins in for the giggles, so it really isn't just for high schoolers either. Let me rephrase that real quick then. The God of High School is a tournament where people fight each other. We quickly meet the two other main characters who happen to be participating in the tournament, Dewi and Gorilla Girl. The interactions between the three of them are absolute dynamite, with a lot of hidden meanings sprinkled throughout their well thought out dialogue. For example, during one of the first interactions between Son Goku and Gorilla Girl, she calls him a monkey. Now, you may be wondering why this is such a big deal. That is a totally normal thing to call somebody that you've just met. Let me remind you, however, that monkeys are often associated with the fruit banana. Keep that in mind, as this will play a huge role further down the road. Moving on to the tournament, we are met with high octane after high octane battles between high schoolers. There's also a wedding thrown in right in the middle of the tournament. Our main heroine gets proposed to, engaged, and nearly married all within 15 minutes. Luckily, the groom gave us a one-liner so legendary that it justified the entire episode even existing.
Stop fooling yourself, you stupid little girl!
We jump back into the tournament and now our characters are using superpowers. This shouldn't come as a surprise, however, as we have learned early on that there are some pretty strong people in this show about martial arts. Our main character starts out with a fleshed out moveset of punch and kick, while this guy can slap his desk and flatten an entire island due to his immense martial arts skill. He also gives our main character an item which, upon further inspection, looks exactly like a banana. If you have been keeping up, this should make perfect sense. Moving on, throughout the rest of the tournament, the level of martial arts just keeps on rising. I mean, just look at this guy. He can use sharks because the sharks are scared that he might punch them. Now, I know what most of you are probably thinking right now. Geez, man, don't spoil the entire show. I want to experience this awesome show all on my own. And I totally agree. Everybody deserves to experience this miraculous story for themselves. However, for all you chumps who aren't sold yet, let me give you a little something extra. The President of the United States, who considers himself a protector of all marine life, bears witness to the atrocity of sharks being forced to fight against their will. This is when he decides to resolve the dire situation with what he knows best: nuclear warfare. Realizing that they can't use their martial arts skills on something that they can't punch, Japan calls in their reinforcements. A great magician takes all of the nukes, mashes them together, and hits a stray floating Buddha with the big nuke. However, 20-some nukes alone isn't enough firepower, so he hits the nuke into the giant Buddha with the next best thing: an asteroid. Bearing witness to all of this, our main character, finally realizing what must be done, defeats his inner demons, allowing himself to harness the power of the Banana God. You can tell this is true because his eyes turn blue, the same color of the sky where bananas happen to be grown. If you are a fan of entertainment in general, I highly recommend you watch this masterclass in foreshadowing. It's one of those shows where you will have to watch it multiple times to catch all of these subtleties that it has to offer, which makes the experience all the more fun. Now, if you will excuse me, I have been craving a banana for the past couple of hours, if you couldn't tell.